morning, y'all. This is Nathan here, back at Bluestone Farms again. I'm gonna do a little update. It's been another little break since we've done a video again, but check on the chickens real quick. Come back and get these guys squared up here in a minute. But good. All right, well, we're gonna do a little update here. So, and I think it was my last video, I was talking about we got 2 Jersey calves. They didn't stay here very long. I quickly found out why they were in an auction. They were bull calves. I decided not to keep them. They weren't the friendliest. One of them went after my wife, even though it was still a calf. And my plan was to steer them and basically ban them and castrate them. And I found out why they were at the auction. It was because their testicles were still inside their stomach and you couldn't ban them. So with that said, we ended up taking them back to auction again and dropping them off. And in turn, we ended up buying these 2 Dexter cows. These guys are 2 steers. They are already banded. They're castrated. They're both about a year old. This one's almost a year. This one's a little bit over a year. So this one will go into the freezer in probably about a year. And that one will go into a freezer probably about a year and a half or so. We bought these guys from an actual breeder. We know what they're coming from. They have good genes. Look at them. They're pretty docile. They're good temperament. You can't really walk up and pet them, but they're not going to run off and run away from you. So these guys will be staying here. Ain't that right? Yeah. When I picked these guys up, I put a deposit on 2 heifers as well, and we're gonna pick them up in June. The guy that has them, who basically is raising them, he's gonna breed them here in the next 2 or 3 months, and then he's gonna do a pregnancy test on them and make sure that they are bred, so when they come here to our farm they will be bred. And then hopefully in probably about a year or so, we'll be having some little calves. I'm looking forward to that. So we got these 2 steers, and we got 2 more coming, 2 heifers coming that'll calve for us. Those 2 heifers will give us 2 calves, and we'll be having 6 cows in our hand. But I'll get into all that as well in a different video when they come. That's still a little bit down the road from now. It's about 5 months or so down the road. Will you let me pet you? I don't think you can let me pet them. You lick my hand. Anyways, these guys need water. I'm gonna give them a new square bale of hay. I gave them a round bale of hay. I went out and bought one for them. Gave them their minerals. Check on their mineral. Yeah, they still got mineral. I think the goats like the mineral more than they do. So, which is nothing wrong with that. But at least I don't think anything's wrong with that. Let's go ahead and grab them a square bale of hay real quick. I'll put it right here for you guys. I typically have been trying to kind of lay the bales out, these square bales, as I give them to them, kind of in the spots where the ground's a little bare, or it looks like it could need some attention, some fertilizing attention to get what I'm putting down. So these guys got plenty of hay. They got round bale, they got that square bale, they still got hay in here as well. So, but we gotta give these guys water. So let's go hop on a skid steer. We'll go get the IBC tote and we'll start filling that up. Because Dexter's tearing that bale apart. But while that IBC tote fills, we'll come back and take care of these chickens. And then we'll go up and check on our girls. One of our does is supposed to be having kids here with any time within the next 5 to 10 days. I'll explain more of that when we get up there. Yeah. Let's go get that water going in the IBC tote. We'll come back down and top these guys off here. Might give them some new bedding. They need it. So I'm kind of putting a bunch of eggs in there. now that the water is running in this, let's go over here now. We're gonna let this sit and fill up for a couple minutes. Let's go take care of these chickens real quick. Let's go get a bucket of water first. Let me grab a broom so I can give them some new bedding. But I'm not sure where everybody else is watching from, but I know where we're at. We're supposed to get hit with quite a bit of snow tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be around 6 to 7 inches or so, which again is for here, it's quite a bit of snow. The past couple of years, we haven't gotten much snow at all. And this year, this is the second big snowstorm that we got this year. I'm looking forward to it. Before we go ahead and take care of the chickens, I'm gonna sweep up all this stuff in here. It's kind of a mess with all the hay. And I'm gonna kind of sweep up all this hay, kind of bunch it into a big pile. Then I'm gonna kind of just sprinkle some new hay, keep adding to that deep bedding system that we got in that coop. That went pretty quick. Got the hay swept up here. I'm doing like a deep bedding system in here for the chickens, so as I keep pooping on it and all that good stuff, it keeps going to keep building up and building up and building up. I put a new fresh layer of this hay down onto it, and basically I'm just using this hay that's kind of loose of what falls off of when I pick up these bales and these bales, and that way nothing really gets wasted, because sometimes a lot of hay can get wasted just for like what falls off of the bales, like loose hay and all that stuff. And then come springtime, I don't have one yet, but I know I've mentioned it a couple times that I want to buy a manure spreader, and this whole deep bedding system will go into that manure spreader and then back out into our hay field, and that way we're giving back to the soil a little bit instead of just taking and taking and taking off of the field. So kind of replenishing the nutrients, replenishing the soil a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this nesting box out of here. I don't even think that they're really using the nesting box. All right, the nesting box is now off. We'll go ahead and take the feeder out and we'll set this over here. Set that there. I guess that kind of worked. We got one chicken that got out. They got new bedding. I kind of just loosely throw it in there. I just kind of let them scratch it. They'll scratch around and spread it around themselves. So see if we can catch this chicken here. Got it. That actually was easy. I was not expecting that to be easy. Let's go back over here and check this water, see how the water level is. Come back and give the cows water. That eagle come down and catch something. I don't know what that was. Yeah, that eagle caught that raccoon. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't want to spook it off too much, let it come back and eat it. But yeah, that eagle caught that coon. Well, it looks like our water has filled. Let's go ahead and cut this water off real quick. Now, before I kind of go ahead and give them their hay, check on Daisy here. Daisy's the goat that we bought that's registered, and she's pregnant. She is due now, pretty much. The lady that I bought her from, I was talking to her the other week, and she was basically telling me that she was exposed to a buck 2 different times. The first time she would have been due on February 15th. Today's February 10th. Now, she believes that she could be due 5 days before the 15th or 5 days after the 15th. So basically her window is kind of due now through the 20th. So it's kind of a 10-day window we're dealing with. Now, I think she's going to be due in February rather than March. She did say that the second chance she has at kidding sometime at the end of March. I think she's going to be having kids here within the next week. I've noticed her belly looks like it's kind of dropped down a little bit. Her udder's starting to fill a little bit. She's still eating. I know sometimes that when goats get ready to go into labor, they kind of lose their appetite. She seems like she wants to eat. She's not really diving into the food like the other goats are. You can see here, there's no mucus plug hanging out. There's no discharge from behind her yet, but her bag is filling up, which tells me that these babies are going to be here probably sooner rather than later. I know that goats are notorious for having their kids in the middle of like a snowstorm or a rainstorm. We've had that happen here before. We had Nestle have her first kids in the middle of a rainstorm one time. With that said, we are supposed to get hammered with snow tomorrow, and we're supposed to get like another round of snow in 2 days as well, so we're getting like 2 days of snow. I'm gonna feel her ligaments. I'm gonna check on her, like usually at the base of like the tail, there's 2 ligaments that run on each side of the spine. I'm gonna feel those. When you can't feel those, usually it means that the babies are gonna be coming within 24 to 48 hours. It looks like her stomach has definitely kind of dropped a little bit. So basically you can kind of feel like right here, at the spine, and I feel them. I do feel right here. You can kind of feel for those ligaments right here. I do feel them. So it tells me that we're probably not gonna have babies here within the next day. But again, she's due on the 15th if she took the first time, which judging by how big she was and how big she was when I bought her, I would say she's gonna be due in 5 days. I'm gonna keep an eye on her really good here the next day or two, especially with the snow coming. I think tomorrow, it's supposed to start snowing, I think tomorrow afternoon and all throughout the night. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna come up here before the snow starts. I'm gonna get her in this stall over here completely by herself. Make sure she's got hay over there. And I'm gonna set up a little heat lamp because it's supposed to get cold again with the snowstorm. It's supposed to get cold for 2 or 3 days. It's supposed to kind of, the temperature's supposed to just roller coaster. We're supposed to have a couple really cold days and a couple mild days. So set up a heat lamp in there for the babies just because I think we're supposed to have a couple nights where it gets into the single digits, or close to it at least. So she found the mineral bag, which is okay. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna let her kind of free choice at that mineral bag. It's just some loose minerals that she's getting into. Definitely would not hurt her or the babies. Again, she's a wide load right now. She's got 2 big babies in her, or possibly 3. Again, she's been here for about 2 months now. I remember when we bought her, I thought she was close to being due when we bought her. So I think spring's coming. It looks like Nestle's starting to shed here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but she's definitely starting to shed. Looks like her winter coat's coming off, which is kind of early. But again, we've had a couple mild days and it's supposed to get cold again. And again, they're calling for snow and some nasty weather here. So you stop. This one right here, she's been acting really funny lately. I don't know what's up with her. She's been really standoffish lately. It looks like she's just doesn't put the weight on like the other ones do. The other goats we got, they all look pretty full and they don't look like they've lost a bunch of weight throughout the winter. But that one goat, she looks like she's definitely lost a bunch of weight throughout the winter, but she doesn't act sick. She runs around and she eats a lot, but she just doesn't keep weight. Well guys, we're gonna call this a video here. We'll give you an update here. We're gonna keep checking on Daisy here, make sure she's good and make sure that everything goes smooth with her kidding and the labor. I think it's coming soon. We'll be sure to update you guys as soon as we can. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. It always helps me out on this end. So catch you all at the next one.